G'day, it's Mike from Aussie Mike's Bees, and yes, I'm here at Apimondia. It's the 48th one and it's held in Santiago, Chile. And this is my first time ever in this town. So I'm out in the Grand Hall at the moment. I've just got back from the opening ceremony. Little did I know that it was just about all in Spanish and I hardly know a word. I know about 3 words, that's about it. But it was good fun anyway. There was a little bit of English, bit of dancing. I'll show a bit of that footage for you. And back out in the hall now, so I'm going to take you for a little walk around just to see what sort of stuff we've got here. How good's that? First cab off the rank. It's the license display. Wouldn't you know it? I get this in Australia, but man, look at all of these wonderful beekeeping toys. Fantastic. I tell you what, some of these things I haven't even seen before. So let's see, we've got a beautiful little uncapping arrangement. Another one. Hello, this is an interesting one. You push the frame down through there and it uncaps that way. Okay. What else? A big wax separator, a big wax spinner. Man, that's a beauty. Look at the size of this thing. It's enormous. And well, what have we got here? A wax melter. Very similar to one I've got at home. But I think the one I've got at home is a Chinese knockoff somehow. It looks the same design, but better made. So what do you expect? License a pretty good product. Oh, like this is a big wax melter. That's a nice looking unit. Not double skinned though. I wonder how that works. A big basket one. They like these basket ones because they flip around in operation. So as it spins, it goes out one way and what extracts from one side of it, and then they reverse it and it goes the other way and extracts the other side. I've only seen 4 frame versions, but this is an 8 frame version. 8 frames and it's this enormous size. There's a very nice looking all stainless steel honey pump. That could be teamed up nicely with the dosing unit, very similar to the one I have. I guess that's a common design there, that sort of pump to pump honey works very well. Here's a familiar looking unit. This is exactly the same model creaming machine I have, except they've got fancier stand than I have. A vibrating pollen cleaner. Okay. I haven't looked at it, even thought about doing that before. That's quite a beast. So I'm thinking this little motor must be an eccentric spinner and it vibrates that whole platform. Here's another beast. What's this? A multifunctional insulated uncapping table. What a beauty with a heated bottom. What a beast. So that's a metre long. Here's a commercial operation, so you slide along the frame, the box full of frames here, and a foot operated unboxer. Put the frames up there, very similar to the Australian one. And go through the uncapping arrangement there, the knives in there, and the roller, that's dead on. Very, very similar to the Aussie one, but I suppose how much variation can they have? What is this thing? A capping extractor. Oh, you pump in your slurry into there, all your cappings go in and then this thing spins it out and you can remove each cassette to be cleaned out. That seems like a more practical way of doing it than the scraping in the bin that I've typically seen elsewhere. I like the look of that. Man, look at this. So this is a drying unit. If you've harvested your honey and it's still a bit wet, you can run it through this. So it actually pumps out on the inside. So the honey dribbles down all those stainless steel rods from the inside, and all the time drying as it goes down. It's getting blasted with dehumidified air from this unit on the side. And then more of these wonderful gear pumps to pump it out. It's a completely different design to achieve the same thing. So these discs just keep spinning slowly into the honey and it dries with air that gets pumped in at the side here with the dehumidifier down on the bottom. I'm just going to take a stroll down the hallway, having a little bo peep for you at all the sorts of different toys. A lot of them are similar to each other, but every now and then you get an innovation. Another racing chain. Lighting's in place. That's okay, Liz. Okay, speaking of innovations, here's an interesting looking toy. A plastic waxing coater. How good's that? It'd be nice to see this in operation, but you can see how it'll work. So once it's fired up and melting the wax, I guess the bottom one gets soaked in it. It's like some sort of fabric, and they'd roll to get soaked in wet wax, and then you just slide your foundation, plastic foundation through. That's clever. Tell you what, that's better than getting rollers and dipping it in the wax and rolling it. Wonder if I can come up with something similar to that myself. Although what I need is for it to do the plastic frames. That's a clever idea. Of course, that's a Chinese place. I'm guessing someone else developed that. Is that me being racist? Ooh, Mexican machinery. This looks like a foundation making machine. Chain and capper. A bigger one than I've seen before. Actually looks reasonably good gear. Hello, a horizontal spinner we have here. So a bit different to the way we do it, where we just slide them all in. They actually have them in cassettes and load them on that way. That's an interesting method. otherwise, same principle. Cool. There's another familiar looking product. I see those in Aussie land as well. How's that? There's a stand from Slovenia. They've got the Beekeeping Academy. And in there they've got electronic hive monitoring equipment as well as a part of, I guess that's a Slovenia product. You can check yourself on that QR code. So a fancy looking acid vaporizer. That might be something we'll be looking at in Australia before long. Oh, another Aussie company. They must have knocked off for the day, but there you go. I only saw these guys up at the Queensland Beekeepers Association conference in a couple of months ago. How funny is that? You travel around the world just to find people from the same country. What's a bee conference without coffee?